I do everything from internet culture to social science, and I dig into stuff that I find interesting or that I think other people find interesting, or that, interesting topics that maybe isn't getting enough attention.
That's Hickory High School's own Zackary Smigel, who, after growing up wanting to be an electrician, has carved out quite the niche as a YouTube content creator.
Yep, I ate nothing but Chipotle for 30 days.
But this isn't just any regular food challenge video. It's a social experiment, a story, and a real look into fast casual restaurant conspiracy theories.
That's right. If you're not familiar, Zach writes, edits, and produces videos of himself reporting on hot button topics, and people love it.
You know what? I'm going to try this for a couple months, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just get a job in advertising and PR. And sure enough, after a couple of videos, I had one blow up. It was called Why YouTube Feels Different, where I talked about YouTube as a platform, and I dug into some of the problems that a lot of people were dealing with at that time. And that was the first video that really put me on the map.
And if you didn't know, if your YouTube channel gets enough subscribers, YouTube will pay you to keep creating content. So Zach kept on going.
I went to the drawing board and I was like, what am I going to do next? And I had a little bit of a panic attack, but I figured out I wanted to dig more into, the social science aspect, not just the internet culture. And so that's when I eventually did I did a documentary on sheets, where I survived off gas station food for 30 days. And I just ate sheets. I dug into the menu. I weighed myself every day. It was kind of like a day in the life type documentary.
That's a good reason Zach's videos get the views. He picks topics that people enjoy, and instead of just spouting off his opinions, he actually does the research and gathers the data to make a point.
Again, the sheets video, it's like trying these meals, like going to the locations. I think that like on the ground experience is really important, whether it be like, the just learning the minute details or the truth. I think that's everything for me.
But the video that he might be most famous for is the Chipotle video.
Firstly, the conspiracy theory about online ordering. According to my findings, you are likely to receive less food ordering online than in person. I received all of the smallest orders when I ordered online.
And I was like, I should really dig into this and see. So I bought a scale off Amazon, and I weighed 30 burritos over 30 days. And the idea was I was going to weigh 15 burritos in person, like when you order in person, those types of burritos, and then 15 from when I ordered through the app. And I found out that you get 30% more food when you order in person versus through the app. Spoiler alert. But it was pretty insane because I finally had, not just me, but like everybody had these data points that they could point to and be like, hey, like clearly there's some sort of problem going on here with consistency. And it's funny, it's a couple months after that video, the CEO came out and said that like we do have a consistency problem and that we're looking to fix it.
In fact, because of his story, the Wall Street Journal even contacted Zach for an article they were writing about the subject. Getting to the bottom of things is important to him and always will be.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot. That's a big reason why I do what I do, is because, I grew up, I remember I went to school and I didn't have like a shirt that didn't have a stain on it. It was all hand-me-downs. I grew up relatively, lower middle class, maybe even some people would say poor. And so, when my mom or my dad would spend their dollar, it meant a lot. And I think that as I've grown to be an adult, I've kind of like taken those principles that I learned as a kid about just like, how important it is to value where you're spending your money. And, I've kind of extended that to my job and my belief system. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Consumers are really kind of upset with a lot of these business practices, and whether it's skimping, inflating prices, or just, and any of these things where our dollar isn't going as far as it used to, I think that, it should be talked about way more.
And he will do way more videos and way more research than the typical internet star. Zach's working on his next piece right now. A couple of them, actually.
I'm working on a video regarding meal kits. You know, when you order like meal kits online nowadays, they're all the craze. And I'm actually working to try. Gordon Ramsay came out with a meal kit, so I'm gonna try his meal kit and try and make it at home and compare it to some of the other meal kits out there. See if it's worth the money. See if Gordon Ramsay and his brand sponsorship is really, you know, something that an everyday person might want. Because I know some of my friends nowadays, they use the meal kits and they really like them. But I'm working on that, and I think that'll be really interesting. And then I'm working on something regarding like ride sharing and Uber and you know, a lot of these self-driving cars.
Whatever it is, Zach will follow through and his subscribers will keep multiplying. For now and the foreseeable future, this is his full-time job. It more than pays the bills, and he highly recommends it to others.
I wish I would have got started sooner. I'd recommend a lot of people start on YouTube, especially. I think it's a great platform. There's so many fantastic people. I've met some of the people that work at YouTube. They're all fantastic. They're really nice, and they just want to see us creators succeed. I don't agree with everything they do, and I've been critical of them in the past, and I'll always be critical, but that's because I love the platform. I highly recommend anyone with an interest in this stuff to try it. The least you could do is try, and maybe it'll, you know, turn into a career or just some side income. You never know.
And you still love doing it?
Absolutely. It's the best job in the world.